This is either going to be
The
interesting
second I
or
stepped
terrible.
off the train into the city of vaudeville, I could feel the weight of its melancholy in the air. Even the drizzle that clung to the city's grimy cobblestones felt a shade darker than your everyday downpour. Vaudeville was a city of high stakes and low morals where vice and virtue danced a wicked waltz. Street lamps, flickering like burnt-out stars, were the only guide through the maze of rain-soaked alleyways and whispering shadows. My name's Martini, detective, troubleshooter, and a lousy sucker for hard luck stories. This wasn't my first circus, but this act was a 3-ring special. 3 murders, no leads, and a city on the brink of bedlam. The victims were as different as chalk and cheese, each a symbol of the city's vibrant veneer. A young dancer who moved like poetry in motion, her life cut short mid-pirouette. The socialite, a woman who knew the city's pulse better than anyone else. And then there was the businessman, the embodiment of vaudeville's promises of progress, snuffed out like a candle in the wind. The usual peace in vaudeville was off-kilter, replaced by the discordant notes of fear and suspicion. Strangers viewed each other through wary eyes, neighbors turned to strangers, and every shadow seemed to hold a secret. The once vibrant city had become a stage, the curtain drawn on a grim play of mystery and murder. In a city without harmony, the police chief was the conductor trying to keep the orchestra in tune. Gretzky was his name, a seasoned cop with a granite jaw and a heart that had seen better days. There was a stark tension, a raw fear that danced like St. Elmo's fire in his eyes. Whatever was happening in vaudeville had Gretzky out of his depth, and that was a sight I'd never thought I'd see. If anyone could make sense of this twisted tale, it would be him. I'd better head to the police station and have a chat with Gretzky for starters.
Alright, let's see how this goes. Like, the mic was working before, but, who knows how long that'll stay. You know, shit around, because... Hello, Chief Gretzky.
Well, what brings you here, Detective Martini? Got something interesting for me.
Nothing yet, but could you tell me about all the victims? Can you tell me about all the victims? Now you're not even responding. What about you? What's your name? Gretzky. He's just broken. I've broken this AI. He doesn't know what to do. Chief Gretzky. I'm talking, but you're not replying. Jesus Christ. Chief Gretzky, can you tell me about all the victims?
Well, Detective Martini, you've finally taken an interest in the case, have you? Very well, let me fill you in on the victims. We have Maria Jansen, a young blonde found covered in blood outside her apartment. Then there's Nicola Grossman, a finance man, discovered outside Pascale's groceries. And lastly, Haley Greenwood, a dancer whose body was found in an alley behind the club she worked at. Quite the gruesome trio, wouldn't you say? Anything specific you want to know about them?
1 second.
Take your time, detective. I'll be here, waiting for your questions.
Hmm? Do we know if about any of the murder weapons?
Mode weapons, you say? Well, I must admit, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Are you referring to the most commonly used weapons in these murders? If that's the case, then I'm afraid we don't have a definitive answer just yet. But I can tell you that the cause of death in all 3 cases was blunt force trauma. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Detective Martini?
So in all 3 cases, they all died from blunt force trauma.
Oh, I see. You're interested in the similarities between the victims and their causes of death. Yes, indeed, all 3 unfortunate souls met their demise due to brutal attacks involving blunt force trauma. It seems our killer has a preference for a more hands-on approach, doesn't it? Now, why does that pique your interest, Detective? Do you have any theories regarding these furry little details?
Were there any murder weapons found at the scenes of the crime?
Motor weapons, you say?
Murder
I'm
weapons.
not familiar with that term.
Murder.
Are you referring to weapons that are somehow related to motors or vehicles? I'm afraid we haven't found anything of that sort at the crime scenes. But do enlighten me, Detective Martini, why do you think motor weapons might be relevant to the case? Is there something specific you're looking for?
I said murder weapons.
Yeah, my apologies for the misunderstanding, Detective. Murder weapons, of course. It seems my hearing isn't what it used to be. Now, to answer your question, we have not yet recovered any murder weapons at the crime scenes. It appears the killer has been quite careful in leaving behind any traces. But tell me, why is the presence or absence of murder weapons significant to you? Do you believe it holds the key to solving this perplexing puzzle?
I mean, you're a policeman. Murder weapons are very important in any murder case.
Motor, you say?
Murder, you
My
fuck.
dear Detective Martini, are you suggesting that the murderer rode in on a motorcycle, brandishing some sort of weapon? That would indeed be a sight to behold. But alas, as entertaining as that scenario may be, we have no evidence to support such a claim. However, if you have reason to suspect the involvement of specific types of weaponry, do share your insights with me. Perhaps we can unearth something useful together.
That'll be all for now, Gretzky.
Very well, Detective. If you need anything else, you know where to find me. Just remember, time is of the essence in this case. We must not let these murders go unsolved. Now, if you excuse me, I have some paperwork to attend to. Good luck with your investigations, Detective Martini.
I just noticed this is the default text that appears on your notebook, right? And it says, go to the police station and ask Detective Martini about the murders, but I'm Detective Martini. Okay, that's... okay, that's quite daft. I think I need a list of all the players named Gretzky, the chief. Constable Jones.
Well, you see, I'm just a simple police assistant here, trying to do my best. I may not be the brightest bulb in the box, but I'm here to help Chief Greatskin any way I can. I guess you could say I'm like a fish out of water sometimes, but I'll give it my all. Come rain or shine. So, what can I do for you?
Why do you seem so nervous?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, I've always been a bit on the nervous side. It's like being a small leaf in a big gust of wind, you know? Just constantly feeling like I might get blown away. I tend to stumble over my words and, get all tangled up like a kitten in a ball of yarn. But I promise, I'm doing my very best to be helpful. It's like they say, you know, every cloud has a silver lining, right? Just gotta keep pushing through.
Do you have any insights into these murder cases?
Well, I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but I've been reading up on some murder mysteries lately, you see. And, well, they often talk about patterns and motives and all that jazz. So, maybe just maybe, there could be a connection between these cases. Like pieces of a puzzle fitting together. But, I could be barking up the wrong tree. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, really. But hey, stranger things have happened, haven't they?
Do you have any theories as to what's the connections in these cases?
Oh, gosh, I don't want to step on anyone's toes here, but I might have a theory. Or two. You see, it's like peeling back the layers of an onion, each layer revealing something new. Maybe, perhaps these murders are connected by a common thread. It's like connecting the dots on a starry night, hoping to form a picture. But again, I could be way off base here. Just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, But who knows?
Can you please share one of your theories?
Sure. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I've been thinking, what if these cases are all linked by a shadowy figure, like a puppet master pulling the strings? It's like a game of chess, where every move has a purpose. Perhaps this mysterious someone is targeting people from different walks of life for some twisted reason. But, take it with a grain of salt,
Thank you for your time, Mr. Jones.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Detective Martini. It was my pleasure to assist you. If you need anything else, don't hesitate to ask. I'll be here, doing my best to help Chief Greatskin keep things in order. So, yeah, just let me know.
Okay. Young blood and body outside of a apartment, Pascal groceries. Circus sex bar. Morgue. Okay. Good morning, Coroner.
Yeah, greetings, Detective. Another day, another encounter with the mysteries of mortality. It fascinates me how death can be both a cruel and indiscriminate force, impacting lives in ways we can scarcely comprehend. The delicate balance between life and death, the intricate dance of biological processes. It truly is a marvel of nature's design. And yet, amidst this awe, we find ourselves faced with the harsh reality that death can be sudden and unforgiving, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and shattered lives.
Do you have all three of the victims here?
Detective, I must clarify that I don't have the victims themselves here in this building. But I've conducted abductions on all three bodies. The unfortunate souls who met their untimely demise are not present physically, but their stories and the evidence they left behind have been meticulously examined and documented. It is through these examinations that we hope to shed light on the circumstances surrounding their deaths. Each case presents its own unique challenges, requiring a careful dissection of the facts and a thorough analysis of the evidence.
Could you share the facts you found?
Well, my dear detective, let me share with you the intriguing details that have emerged from my investigations. In the tragic case of Nikola Grossman, a man of finance and influence, his life was abruptly ended by a precise strike to the back of his neck with a butcher's knife. The wound suggests a swift and deliberate act, leaving little room for doubt about the intent to cause harm. Moving on to the young dancer, Haley Greenwood, her vibrant spirit was extinguished by repeated blows to the head with a blunt object.
And Maria Johnson?
Maria Jansen, a tragedy that left me pondering the depths of human savagery. Her body bore the marks of a vicious attack, as if she had been preyed upon by some primal force. Bite marks adorned her flesh, particularly on her arms, with one bite so powerful it fractured the bone. The brutality of her demise is difficult to comprehend, Detective. It is a reminder that even in the midst of our civilized society, there are dark corners where the primitive instincts of violence still hold sway.
Okay, so Nicola Grossman. I said the police said all of them had blunt force trauma, but a knife to the back of the head isn't blunt force trauma. But maybe that's just a lapse in whoever made the game. Knife. Wait, what was it? Nice knife strike to back of. Oh, butcher's knife apparently then. I mean, how does she know it's a butcher's knife? That's kind of. About the intent to cause harm. Young dancer, Haley Greenwood. Repeated blows. To the head, blunt object. And fucking Maria Johnson was bitten to death. Bitten to death. That's good enough. Okay. Shit. Have any of the family members came to claim the bodies?
Well, Detective, it's quite unfortunate. None of the family members of the deceased individuals have come forward to claim the bodies yet. It's a rather lonely situation, isn't it? The absence of loved ones during such times can be disheartening. But fear not, for as the coroner, it is my duty to ensure that they are treated with the utmost respect and dignity, regardless of their circumstances.
Has anyone came to see the bodies?
Yeah, my dear detective, the sight of the lifeless forms lying on my table is not one that many can bear. But I must confess, there have been a few curious souls who have come to witness the macabre beauty of death. They stand in awe, their eyes wide with a mix of fascination and trepidation. Some are driven by morbid curiosity, while others seek closure or answers to the questions that haunt their troubled minds. It's a peculiar dance between life and death, isn't it?
Can you name any of the people who came to see the bodies?
I'm sorry, Detective, but I cannot divulge any confidential information. All I can say is that the bodies of Nicola Grossman, Maria Jansen, and Haley Greenwood have been seen by family members, friends, and acquaintances of the deceased. However, I'm sure I don't need to tell you that the details of this investigation are of the utmost importance.
You just told me no family came to claim the bodies, and now you're telling me that the family have come to claim the bodies.
Oh, my apologies for the confusion, dear investigator. It seems I misspoke. What I meant to convey is that while no immediate family has come forward to claim the bodies, there have been individuals who may have had some connection or familiarity with them. Perhaps they were distant relatives, close friends, or even colleagues who felt a sense of responsibility to pay their respects. The intricacies of human relationships can be quite perplexing, can't they? It's as if the threads of our lives intertwine in ways we may never fully comprehend.
But isn't confidentiality only reserved for immediate family members, not strangers just coming to look at dead corpses? So why can't you tell me the names of the people who came to see the corpses then?
Yeah, my sincere apologies, my astute companion. You are absolutely right, and I appreciate your discerning reminder. The confidentiality of the deceased and their families is of paramount importance, and it is not within my purview to disclose such sensitive information. I must have momentarily lost my focus in the conversation. Please forgive my oversight. As a coroner, it is my duty to handle these matters with the utmost professionalism and respect.
That's okay.
Indeed, it is understandable to feel a sense of unease when faced with the reality of death. The fragility of life and the uncertainty of what lies beyond can weigh heavily on our minds. We, as humans, are often drawn to seek answers, to unravel the mysteries of existence. But sometimes, these answers elude us, and we are left with more questions than before. As a medical professional, I have witnessed the finality of life on numerous occasions. The intricate workings of the human body, the delicate balance of tissues and organs.
With Maria Jansen, do we have any teeth markings that we can match to, like, a suspect?
Maria Jansen's case is indeed quite intriguing, Detective. Her autopsy revealed bite marks all over her body, particularly on the arms. One of the forearm bones was actually fractured due to the strength of the bite. It suggests that she was attacked by an animal or perhaps a person with an unusually strong bite force. However, determining the exact source of these bite marks and matching them to a specific suspect would require further investigation. Dental records and bite mark analysis could potentially aid in the identification process. It is a complex task, but not an impossible one.
Are you able to provide me then with the bite marks?
Detective, I understand your desire for more information, but I must emphasize that the details of the investigation are confidential. Actually, I'm not sure I understood. What was that again? Detective, I understand your desire for more information, but I must adhere to the protocols and ethical considerations surrounding the release of sensitive forensic evidence. The details of the bite marks found on Maria Jansen's body are crucial pieces of evidence that need to be handled with care. They may hold the key to identifying the perpetrator, and it is my duty to ensure that this information is shared appropriately with the relevant authorities. Rest assured, the police department will be provided with all necessary documentation and findings to assist in their investigation.
With Nicola Grossman, you said he was killed with a precise butcher's knife strike to the back of his neck. How do you know it was a butcher's knife?
Well, my dear interlocutor, allow me to clarify. The determination that the weapon used to end Nicola Grossman's life was a butcher's knife is based on a careful examination of the wound pattern and characteristics. The depth, shape, and location of the incision on the back of his neck, coupled with my knowledge of anatomy and experience in forensics, led me to conclude that it was most likely a butcher's knife. The precision and force required for such a wound are indicative of a sharp, heavy-bladed instrument commonly used in the butchering trade.
Are there any butchers in town that you know of?
No, the butchers of vaudeville, a fascinating group indeed. Their skilled hands deftly carving through flesh and bone, transforming raw cuts into succulent delicacies. Yes, there are a few renowned butchers in town, known for their expertise and craftsmanship. However, it is important to remember that the mere presence of a butcher in the vicinity does not necessarily implicate them in this heinous act. We must tread carefully, for the path to justice is often paved with intricate details and unexpected twists.
Yeah, that is very important.
Indeed, my dear investigator, the intricacies of a case like this require us to approach our inquiries with thoroughness and precision. It is crucial to consider all possibilities and gather as much evidence as we can before drawing any conclusions. As a coroner, I am tasked with unraveling the mysteries of death, but sometimes the answers elude us, leaving behind a void of uncertainty. It is in these moments that we rely on our training and experience to guide us. Rest assured, I will continue to analyze the evidence at hand and provide any insights that may aid in your investigation.
Man, these AI ramble like crazy. Like, you say one thing and they just yap. Peter blows the hand with the blunt. You know, the only one that seems to have an actual fucking Peter blows to this bitch. How do you pronounce your name? Oh, how? Never mind. The groceries. Club she worked outside of. Country club, I assume. Blackwoods. We'll go to the groceries. Hello, Miss Potter. How are you today? Hello, Miss Potter. How are you today? Hello. Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, hello there. Of course, I can hear you loud and clear. How can I assist you today? Are you in need of some delicious groceries or perhaps some juicy gossip about our beloved vaudeville? I'm here to provide both, my friend.
Are you aware of Nicola Grossman, who is murdered outside of here?
Ah, Nicola Grossman, you say? Yes, yes, I've heard about the unfortunate incident. Such a tragedy. But you know, my friend, I'm just a humble grocery shop owner. I don't have all the details about the case. However, I can tell you about the latest rumors and speculations swirling around town. People love to talk, you know? So, what else can I help you with? Any other burning questions or intriguing tidbits you'd like to discuss?
Can you tell me about the latest rumors and speculations?
Oh, absolutely. You've come to the right person for all the juicy gossip. Now, let me think. Yes, there's been quite a buzz about Maria Jansen's murder, you see. Some folks are saying it might be connected to the other recent killings in vaudeville. A serial killer on the loose, they whisper. But who knows? It could all be wild speculation. And then, there's the rumor about Haley Greenwood. Poor soul, found dead in her own home.
To my knowledge, Haley Greenwood was found outside the club she worked at. Haley Greenwood was found dead outside the club she worked at. Hey, can you hear me now? This is painful. If you wait too long, these fucks don't respond. Haley Greenwood was found dead in the alley outside the club she worked at. Baba Booey. You son of a bitch. Hey, Baba. Hey, working? You? Check, mic check. Hey.
Oh, dear, I'm just feeling a bit melancholic today. Life can be such a mysterious and unpredictable thing, don't you think? But worry not, my dear, for I shall rise above these emotions and continue on my path of elegance and adventure.
Haley Greenwood was found outside of the club she worked at. Hey, Pascal, I'm talking to you. Pascal, oi, anyone home? How about now? Can you hear me now, Pascal? God, I hate you. Hey, Pascal, can you hear me? Hey, Pascal, can you hear me? Man, this is so, like, all over the place. How about you?
Oh, my dear, I have had my fair share of fun and excitement in life. But sometimes, even the most glamorous of lives can feel a bit empty. Don't you think?
Miss Potter, do you know anything about the 3 murders that have taken place in town? Murders. I've broken you, haven't I? Can you hear me now? Hey, Mr. Pascal, can you hear me? I keep breaking all the AI, apparently. Mr. Pascal, can you hear me?
Oh, hello there. Of course, I can hear you loud and clear. How can I assist you today? Are you looking for some juicy gossip or perhaps a special ingredient for your next culinary masterpiece? You've come to the right place. My grocery store has everything you need, and I'm here to help with a smile on my face. So, what can I do for you, my friend?
Haley Greenwood was found dead outside the club she worked at.
Oh, my goodness. Greenwood, you say? That's terrible news. I didn't know her personally, but it's always heartbreaking to hear about someone from our community meeting such a tragic end. These senseless acts of violence have everyone on edge, don't they? It's just so hard to comprehend. You know, this is the third murder in vaudeville recently. It's like something out of a mystery novel. I can't even imagine what the poor detectives must be going through. The whole town is buzzing with speculation and fear.
You said she was found dead in her home, but that's not the case.
My apologies for the confusion. It seems I misspoke. Thank you for clarifying that she was found outside the club. How dreadful. The fact that these murders are happening in different locations around the city only adds to the mystique. Doesn't it? It's like we're living in a real-life whodunit. I can't help but wonder who could be behind all of this and what their motive might be. It's quite a puzzle to unravel, wouldn't you agree?
Did you know anything about Nicola Grossman?
Nicola Grossman, you say? Now that's a name I haven't heard before. But you know, in a bustling town like vaudeville, there are always new faces and stories to discover. Who knows, maybe Nicola had a fascinating tale of their own. It's such a shame that they met such a tragic fate. These events have everyone on edge, don't they? But fear not, my friend. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery together. So, tell me, what have you heard about Nicola? I'm all ears for some fresh gossip.
Well, he was killed by a butcher's knife to the back of the neck.
A butcher's knife to the back of the neck, you say? Goodness gracious me. That's quite a gruesome detail. Poor Nicola, to meet their end in such a violent manner. It's hard to understand how someone could commit such a heinous act. But you see, my friend, that's why we must stick together as a community and support one another during these troubling times. Together, we can find solace and strength in each other's company. And who knows, perhaps someone out there holds a key piece of information that could help crack this case wide open.
Do you have that key piece of information?
Oh, my dear friend, if only I had that elusive key to the mystery. Wouldn't that be something? I wish I could be of more assistance, but alas, I'm just a humble grocery shop owner with a penchant for gossip and a love for vegetables. But you never know, in a town like vaudeville, secrets have a way of slipping out when you least expect it. So, keep your ears peeled and your eyes sharp. The truth has a funny way of revealing itself when you least expect it.
Did you know any of the victims?
Well, my friend, I must confess that I didn't personally know any of the victims. But you see, in a lively place like vaudeville, there's always a whirlwind of people coming and going, each with their own story to tell. It's like a grand tapestry of lives intertwining in this vibrant city.
You're killing me.
Though I may not have known them personally, it's still heartbreaking to hear about their tragic fates. It reminds us all to cherish each day and appreciate the beauty of life. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must attend to my customers.
What kind of business do you run?
Why, my dear friend, I run a grocery store. It's a bustling hub of activity, filled with the finest fruits, vegetables, and all sorts of delectable treats. From exotic spices to local delicacies, my store has it all. I take great pride in providing the good folks of vaudeville with the freshest ingredients and the warmest service. It's a joy to serve this wonderful community and be a part of their daily lives. So, if you ever find yourself in need of some culinary inspiration or simply want to chat about the latest gossip.
Do you know of any butchers in the area?
Butchers, you say? Yeah, now that's an interesting question. You know, I do have some knowledge about the butchers in the area. There's old Mr. Thompson, who has been running his family butcher shop for decades. He's known for his expertise in selecting the juiciest cuts of meat. And then there's young Emma, who recently opened her own boutique butcher shop. She's quite the rising star in the industry, with her innovative techniques and dedication to sustainable farming practices. Both of them are highly respected in our little corner of vaudeville.
You wouldn't happen to know where I could find Thompson and Emma?
Thompson and Emma, you want to find them? Well, my friend, I must admit I'm a bit surprised by your sudden interest in the local butchers. But fear not, for I am here to assist you. Now, let me think. Mr. Thompson's butchery is just a few blocks away from here, on Oak Street. As for Emma, her charming little establishment can be found on Elm Avenue, near the park. They both have their unique styles and offerings, so you're in for a treat no matter which one you choose to visit.
Lack of space in my notepad is infuriating.
Oh, infuriating, you say. My apologies if I've caused any frustration, my friend. I can understand how it might be overwhelming to gather all this information. But you see, in a town as lively as Vaudeville, there's always something new to discover and explore. It's what keeps us on our toes and makes life exciting. So, take a deep breath, my friend, and let's dive back into the world of butchers and mysteries. I'm sure we'll uncover something fascinating together.
Do you know if Thompson or Emma had any relation to Nicola Grossman?
Now that's an intriguing question. You've got me all excited with this mystery, my friend. But I must admit, I don't have the slightest clue if Mr. Thompson or Emma had any relation to Nicola Grossman. Though I do love a good connection, and the thrill of intertwining stories, sometimes the threads of fate can be elusive. But fear not, for the truth has a way of revealing itself when we least expect it. Perhaps there's a hidden link waiting to be discovered, like a puzzle piece just waiting to be placed.
How many pages do we get to write on here? Okay, fair few. Alright, let's separate this shit up. Separate the shit. Now you gonna let me copy paste? Yeah, okay. Alright. Shit. Miss Potter, how are you today?
Oh, my dear, I'm afraid I'm feeling a bit melancholic today. But fear not, for I shall not let it dampen my spirits. Life is too short to wallow in sadness, don't you think?
Indeed. Do you happen to know any of the 3 victims?
Ah, the victims, you say. How unfortunate for them. Such tragedies do tend to shake up a city, don't they? But no, I'm afraid I don't personally know any of them. My social circle consists of more refined company, you see.
Actually, good question. Like, do Oak Street and that, do they exist on the map? Is that a place where I can go, or... Wait. Pascal's Groceries, right. Mr. Pascal, could you provide me with directions to both the butcher stores?
Oh, absolutely, my friend. I can definitely help you with that. Now, for the first butcher store, you'll want to head down the street, take a left at the fountain, and keep going straight for about 2 blocks. You can't miss it. It's got a big sign with a picture of a cow on it. Now, for the second butcher store, it's a bit trickier. You'll need to go up a hill, turn right at the old clock tower, and then left onto Market Street.
Did Nicola Grossman ever shop here?
Nicole Grossman. Yeah, my friend. I'm afraid I don't know who that is. But let me tell you, I've seen all sorts of people come through my shop. Vaudeville is a bustling city.
Miss Potter, did you happen to know Nicola Grossman?
Oh, Nicola Grossman, such a tragic loss. It's such a shame, isn't it? Terrible things happening in vaudeville these days. But no, I can't say I knew her personally. Such a shame indeed.
Nicola Grossman was a finance man, not a woman.
Ah, my apologies for the confusion. You see, I tend to mix up names from time to time. It's quite a common occurrence for someone as forgetful as myself. But yes, it is truly unfortunate to hear about Mr. Nicola Grossman's passing. A finance man, you say? How intriguing. It seems like the world of finance can be quite treacherous, wouldn't you agree?
Could you elaborate on that?
Oh, the world of finance, my dear. It's a labyrinth of schemes and secrets, where fortunes are made and lost in the blink of an eye. One wrong move, one misstep, and everything can come crashing down. It's a delicate dance between risk and reward, power and vulnerability. And sometimes people get caught up in the web they've spun for themselves. But of course, I'm just an observer, watching from the sidelines, sipping my tea and enjoying the show. It's all rather fascinating, don't you think?
Did you happen to know Maria Johnson?
Maria Johnson, you say? What a shame. Another unfortunate soul taken too soon. It's truly heart-wrenching to see Liz cut short in such a tragic manner. But no, I can't say I knew her personally. Maria Jansen, you mean? Yes, I've heard of her. Such a dreadful tragedy, her untimely demise. It's a small city, vaudeville, and news travels fast. But alas, I did not have the pleasure of knowing her. It's a pity, really. These recent events have cast a dark shadow over our beloved city.
What about Haley Greenwood?
Haley Greenwood, you say? Oh dear, another name added to the list of tragedies. It seems like the shadows of misfortune are looming over us, doesn't it? But no, I'm afraid I didn't have the privilege of crossing paths with Haley Greenwood. It's a small world, isn't it? Yet sometimes, even in a small world, we can remain strangers to one another. Life can be quite mysterious that way, wouldn't you agree?
Sure. Do you happen to know what club she worked at?
Well, my. It seems you're digging deep into the secrets of vaudeville, aren't you? I must admit, I find your curiosity rather intriguing. But alas, my knowledge of Miss Haley's whereabouts and activities is limited. I'm just a humble housewife, after all, with my own little circle of acquaintances. Clubs and such are not really my scene, you see. But who knows what mysteries lie behind those closed doors. Perhaps you'll uncover something fascinating in your quest for the truth. Good luck, detective.
You said you're a housewife. Who are you married to?
Oh, my dear, the life of a widow can be quite lonely at times. But let's not dwell on the past, shall we? I prefer to focus on the present and all the adventures that await me. After all, being a widow has its advantages too, wouldn't you agree? Freedom, independence, and the ability to indulge in life's pleasures without anyone to answer to. So, let's keep the mystery alive, shall we?
How did
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some shopping to attend to. Ta-ta.
How did your husband die?
You do have a knack for asking personal questions, don't you? I suppose I can satisfy your curiosity just this once. You see, my late husband, Victor, succumbed to the flu during a trip to India. It was a rather unfortunate turn of events, I must say. But such is the way of the world, isn't it? One moment you're enjoying the sights and sounds of a foreign land, and the next, well, let's just say things can take an unexpected twist.
And I suppose he left you a lot of money as well when he died?
Ah, money, my dear, what an interesting topic to bring up. Yes, I did inherit a considerable sum after my dear Victor's passing. But let me assure you, it's not the money that brings me joy. It's the freedom and the ability to live life on my own terms that truly matter. Money can open doors, yes, but it cannot buy happiness. And as for the specifics of the inheritance, I'm afraid that's a private matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have oranges to pick and mushrooms to gather. Good day to you.
I'm pretty sure, like, her husband's death is an Agatha Christie novel. Like, I can't remember which one it was. That's random as fuck. Alright, let's go find some more people. So... that was very unhelpful. I went to the place of death and... Police station, corral, morgue... Cabane Violet Country Club. Is that the club that she worked at? I mean, that doesn't sound like the kind of... That sounds like a country club for old people. Oh. game did not like that area. Hello there, Ingrid. What kind of business is this?
Hey there, this is Coral, a bar downtown. It's a super cool place where musicians and dancers from all over the world come to showcase their talents and start their journey in vaudeville. The whole place is decorated with undersea themes. It's really unique. It's the perfect spot to meet new people and immerse yourself in the vibrant art scene here. So, what brings you to Coral? Are you a fan of music or dance?
I'm a fan of trying to find Haley Greenwood's murder. Did she work here?
Oh, Haley. Yeah, she used to work at Coral. She was an incredibly talented dancer, full of life and energy. It's heartbreaking what happened to her. We were friends, you know? She always had a smile on her face and brought so much joy to everyone around her. We used to dream together about our future in the ballet world. It's just so hard to believe that she's gone. But we're determined to find out the truth and bring justice for Haley. She deserves so much better.
Was Haley being harassed by anyone in particular around the time of her murder?
You're asking if Haley was being harassed before her murder, right? Well, I can't say for sure. We were really close, but she never mentioned anything about being harassed or feeling unsafe. She seemed happy and excited about her career. But you never really know what someone might be going through, you know? Sometimes people keep things to themselves. It's possible that she might have been dealing with something and didn't want to burden anyone with it. But I'll do whatever I can to help you find out the truth. We owe it to her.
Did you happen to notice any new weird people hanging around the club?
Oh, yeah, there have been some interesting characters coming in and out of the club lately. Vaudeville attracts all kinds of artists and performers, so it's not uncommon to see new faces. But weird? I wouldn't necessarily call them weird, just unique, I guess. Creative individuals with their own style and flair. It's part of what makes this place so special. Everyone here is just trying to express their passion for music and dance. But if there's something specific you're looking for, any particular person or behavior, I'll do my best to remember.
Has anyone been around asking about Haley?
You know, Detective Martini, I've actually noticed a few people asking about Haley. It seems like her murder has really shaken up the community. People are concerned and curious, wanting to know what happened and why. I've had some conversations with fellow dancers and patrons who were close to Haley, reminiscing about her talent and the impact she had on all of us. It's been a mix of sadness and determination to find justice. It's comforting to know that there are others who care and want to help solve this mystery.
Did Haley have any ex-lovers or enemies?
Well, Haley was such a kind-hearted person, I can't imagine her having any enemies. She was loved by everyone who knew her. As for ex-lovers, I'm not aware of any specific relationship she had recently. Haley was focused on her career and pursuing her dreams as a dancer. She had so much potential, and she was determined to make it big. It's just devastating that her life was cut short. But hey, we're here to find answers and bring closure, right? We won't stop until we uncover the truth.
Was Haley in a relationship with anyone?
Oh, Detective Martini, I'm so glad you asked. Haley was actually in a relationship with someone. She had a boyfriend named Alex. They were so cute together, always supporting each other's dreams and cheering each other on. They were like a power couple, both so talented and driven. It breaks my heart to think about how devastated he must be. Losing someone like Haley. It's unimaginable. But we'll find the answers, Detective Martini. We'll get to the bottom of this and make sure justice is served. Haley deserves nothing less.
Do you know where I can find Alex?
I'm sorry, but I don't have that information. But don't worry, we'll figure it out. We'll gather all the clues and find the people who can help us get to the truth. We're a team, right? Together, we can do anything. We won't stop until we find the answers and bring justice for Haley. Let's stay positive and keep pushing forward. We've got this, Detective Martini.
Do you happen to know where Alex works?
Detective Martini, I wish I could be of more help, but I'm afraid I don't know where Alex works. However, I can assure you that we'll leave no stone unturned in our quest for the truth. We'll find the leads, follow them, and uncover the necessary information to solve this case. We're a dynamic duo, after all. Just remember, even if we hit some roadblocks along the way, we'll persevere together. We'll support each other and make sure that no detail goes unnoticed.
You know, you kind of ramble a lot.
Haha, guilty as charged. I do tend to get a bit carried away sometimes, don't I? It's just that I'm so passionate about helping others
Please
and
shut
finding
up.
the truth. But I'll try to be more concise from now on, I promise. So, back to the task at hand. Let's focus on finding those who can provide us with the answers we seek. Together, we'll navigate through this investigation with precision and determination. Your expertise combined with my unwavering optimism
You just said
will
you'll
surely
try and
lead
be
us
more
to the
concise.
resolution we're
Jeez.
looking for.
On the night of Haley's murder, was Alex here?
The night of Haley's murder. It's a tough question, but I don't think Alex was at the club that night. He had a prior commitment, if I remember correctly. But don't worry, we'll gather all the necessary information and alibis to piece together the events of that night. We'll leave no stone unturned, no detail overlooked. We owe it to Haley to find out what happened and bring justice to her memory. And hey, we make a great team, don't we? Let's keep pushing forward, Detective.
Was there anyone here on the night of her murder that seemed strange to you?
Oh, absolutely. There were definitely people here at the club on the night of Haley's murder. Coral is always bustling with artists, musicians, and dancers, especially during the weekends. It's a lively place, filled with vibrant energy and creative souls. As for anything strange, well, I could say for certain. I mean, strange is a relative term, isn't it? Everyone here has their own quirks and unique personalities. But if something stood out to you that evening, I'd love to hear more about it. Absolutely, there were definitely people here on the night of Haley's murder, but strange. That's an interesting question. Vaudeville is always bustling with activity, especially at Coral, the bar downtown. Whoa, hold on there. Did I say something to upset you? I apologize if my response wasn't what you were expecting. Oh, I see. It seems like we might have hit a nerve there. No worries, my friend. I'll respect your request and remain quiet for now. But remember, if you ever need someone to talk to or need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to support you and help in any way I can. Take care and remember, we're in this together. Absolutely. I have a keen eye for unique characters, you know? Well, let me think. Yes, there was this one person who caught my attention that night. They had this intriguing aura, like they were hiding something beneath their charismatic facade. They were dressed in all black, which stood out amongst the vibrant and colorful crowd. Now, I can't say for sure if they had anything to do with Haley's murder, but their presence definitely left an impression. If you'd like, I can try to recall more details about their appearance or behavior.
Please do.
Of course, let me think back to that fateful night. This individual had a certain air of mystery about them, you see. Their eyes, piercing and intense,
I
seemed to
fucking
hold
hate the AA in this game.
secrets in their movements, so graceful and deliberate, almost like a dancer on stage. I remember they had a distinctive tattoo on their forearm, a symbol that I couldn't quite make out in the dim lighting. It's possible that this person could have some connection to the events of that evening.
Was he wearing a top hat?
Oh my goodness, yes. How did you know? he actually did have a top hat on. It's such a distinct accessory, and it definitely made him stand out even more. The combination of the all-black outfit and the top hat gave him a mysterious and intriguing look. It's like he stepped right out of a noir film or a theatrical production. I can't believe I forgot to mention that detail earlier. Well done for catching that. It could be a significant clue in our investigation. What do you think it could mean, Detective Martini?
Not really sure yet. Can you guess what the tattoo was?
Ooh, guessing the tattoo. That's a fun challenge. Let me put my imagination to work here. Given the enigmatic vibe of this individual, I can picture them having a tattoo that reflects their secretive nature. Perhaps it's a symbol of a locked door, symbolizing their hidden secrets and the mysteries they hold within.
What the actual
Or maybe
fuck?
it's a series of interconnected puzzle pieces, representing the pieces of the puzzle we're trying to solve in Haley's murder case. It could also be something more abstract, like a swirling pattern or an intricate labyrinth.
Are you smoking crack or something?
Haha, no crack smoking happening over here, my friend. I apologize if my previous response seemed a bit far-fetched. Sometimes my creative mind gets the best of me, and I tend to let my imagination run wild. But hey, that's what makes life interesting, right? Exploring different possibilities and embracing the unexpected. So, let's refocus our energy and get back on track. We'll continue our investigation with a clear and logical approach. No more crack smoking, I promise.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the graceful dancer you saw that night?
Well, let me think. Yes, I remember now. This graceful dancer had a certain elegance to their movements that was truly captivating. It was as if they were gliding across the dance floor, effortlessly weaving through the crowd. Their poise and precision were remarkable, like a true professional. And their style of dance. It was unique, unlike anything I had seen before. It was a fusion of contemporary and classical techniques, blending fluidity and strength in a mesmerizing way. I couldn't take my eyes off them.
And this is the guy who had the top hat, right?
Ah, my apologies for the confusion. You're absolutely right. I got carried away with describing the grace and elegance of the mysterious individual. Yes, it was indeed the person with the top hat who displayed such impressive dancing skills. They moved with a combination of grace and confidence, commanding attention on the dance floor. It was like they were performing their own private show, capturing the essence of the music with every step. The top hat added an extra touch of flair to their performance, making them even more memorable. Thank you for bringing me back on track, Detective Martini.
Was there anyone else that was weird that night? That stood out?
Oh, you bet there were. That night was full of interesting characters and peculiar moments.
That's on me.
Let me think back.
I
And
was
recall
too
some of the
open-ended with that
standout
question.
moments
This idiot's
for you.
gonna fucking just like
There
rattle.
was this one person who was dressed head to toe in vibrant, mismatched patterns. Their outfit was a kaleidoscope of colors, and they had this infectious energy that drew people towards them. It was like they were a walking piece of art, creating their very own fashion statement. And then, there was this group of performers who were practicing their fire-breathing routine outside the club.
Do you know Maria Jansen?
Maria Jansen. I don't believe I know her personally. But Vaudeville is a bustling city, and it's not uncommon for new faces to come and go. Could she be someone from the arts community? A dancer, perhaps. Or maybe she's a musician or an artist. Vaudeville attracts so many talented individuals from all walks of life. If you think Maria Jansen might have some connection to Haley's case, I can certainly ask around and see if anyone else has any information about her.
Did Nicola Grossman ever come to this place?
Nicola Grossman. Yes, I remember her. She was a regular at Coral, just like you, Detective Martini.
I just got into
Nicola
town.
had this incredible presence whenever she walked into the bar. She had a magnetic personality that drew people in, and her laughter could light up the entire room. Nicola was a true free spirit, always dancing like nobody was watching. She had a way of making everyone feel alive and inspired. It's heartbreaking to think that she's no longer with us. We must do everything we can to find justice for Nicola and the other victims.
Nicola Grossman was a man.
Oops, my mistake. I apologize for the confusion. You're right, Nicola Grossman was a man. Thank you for correcting me, Detective Martini. It's important to have accurate information when investigating such a serious matter. I appreciate your attention to detail. Let's continue our search for the truth and honor the memories of all the victims, including Nicola. We owe it to them to uncover the truth and bring the responsible parties to justice. Together, we can make a difference.
Did Nicola and Haley know each other?
Oh, absolutely. Haley and Nicola were actually really good friends. They shared a deep bond through their love for dance and their passion for the arts. They would often collaborate on dance projects and support each other's performances. It was beautiful to witness their friendship and the way they inspired each other. They had this incredible synergy on stage, like they were in perfect harmony. It's devastating to think that both of them are gone now. But we'll find the answers, Detective Martini. We'll get to the bottom of this and make sure their friendship is honored.
Wasn't Nicola Grossman a finance man, though?
You're right, my apologies for the confusion. I must have mixed up my information. It seems I got a bit carried away with my imagination. I'm sorry if I gave you the wrong impression. It's important for us to stick to the facts and focus on the investigation. Let's continue our search for the truth together, and we'll uncover the connections between the victims and those involved. We owe it to them to find justice and bring closure to this case. I appreciate your attention to detail, Detective Martini. Let's keep digging and get closer to the truth.
Now that we've cleared that up, what was Nicola and Haley's relationship?
I'm glad you brought that up, Detective Martini. Haley and Nicola had a unique relationship. They were not only close friends, but also dance partners. They shared a deep connection through their shared love for dance and their incredible talent. Their chemistry on stage was undeniable, and they complemented each other's styles perfectly. Whether it was a graceful ballet performance or an energetic contemporary piece, they always brought out the best in each other. Their friendship and artistic collaboration were truly something special to behold. It's heartbreaking to think that we've lost such a dynamic duo.
Was Nicola here the night of Haley's murder?
Oh, Detective Martini, you have a keen eye for details. Yes, I do remember seeing Nicola at Coral on the night of Haley's murder. He was there, dancing with his usual passion and energy. It's a haunting thought that he was present that night, and now he's gone too. But fear not, my dear detective, we will uncover the truth and bring justice to their memories. Together, we'll navigate through this investigation with precision and determination. Your expertise combined with my unwavering optimism will surely lead us to the resolution we're looking for.
Were Haley and Nicola romantically involved?
Romantically involved. Well, I can't say for certain about their romantic relationship, but I can definitely tell you that there was a strong bond between them. They shared a deep connection as friends and dance partners, and their chemistry was undeniable. Whether there was something more than friendship, well, only they truly knew. But what matters now is finding the answers and bringing justice to their memory. Let's focus on that, shall we, detective? We have work to do, and I believe in our ability to solve this case together. Well, Detective Martini, it's been quite a journey getting to know you and working together on this case.
Shut up. Anyone else in here? Ah. Can you hear me now, or have I broken you? I think I broke you. Okay. Well, I know there's a guy. I know Saxon Bar is wearing a top hat because when I've tried playing Special, I found him, and so that's why I asked about the top hat. Oh, God. This place is just fucking broken. I hope you don't have anything to do with the case, Marina. Because your room is straight up broke. Hello, Monsieur Saxabar.
It's Monsieur Saxabar, my dear.
I did say
And
Monsieur
I must say,
Saxabar.
I'm more of a lion tamer than a monster tamer. But perhaps one day I'll conquer even bigger beasts.
I'm here to talk to you today about Haley Greenwood.
Haley Greenwood. Never heard of her.
Oh, that's funny, because I heard you were at the night of the club where she died.
Nonsense. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Someone fitting your exact description was at the club the night she died. Top hat, even all this other goofy shit you're wearing.
I have nothing to do with that woman's death. In the story.
Did you happen to know Haley?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
You're not sure that you didn't know her?
No.
You do like saying no a lot, don't you?
No.
No?
Enough with your baseless accusations. I have nothing to do with any of these deaths, and I will not entertain this discussion any longer. Good day to you.
Oh, we're not done, because you don't move from this spot at all. You're basically stuck here.
Yes, and what of it?
A person matching your exact description was there the night of her murder.
No, it wasn't me.
Are you sure? Because you're the only person in this game wearing a top hat and dressed like a total jackass.
Yes, it was me.
So you were there.
Yes.
And what were you doing there?
None of your business.
Were you jealous of Haley and Nicola?
No.
Because they were dance partners, and apparently you're a very gracious dancer as well, and then like you happen to follow her outside the club, so it's kind of linking you to the murder here.
Ridiculous.
Really? Well, what's her alibi then?
I don't have an alibi.
Where were you the night of her murder?
Nowhere near the scene of the crime.
You just admitted you were there.
Yes.
So you're contradicting yourself.
Yes, and
Why did you kill her?
I didn't.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Murderer says what?
Who cares what Peter says?
Did you happen to know Nicola at all then?
No.
I hate that I don't enunciate my words, so like the AI thinks I'm saying completely different things.
Oh, how fascinating.
Do you know Nicola Grossman?
No.
Do you like to dance?
Yes.
Would your style of dance be contemporary and classical?
No.
Do you have any tattoos, Mr. Saxabar?
Yes.
What kind of tattoos?
Dark and mysterious ones.
Where are your tattoos?
None of your business.
Are they on your arm?
Yes.
Are they on your arm?
Yes.
So a person literally matching your exact description was there the night of her murder.
No.
No, you can't say no. That you someone. I have another witness who says that. So you were there.
Absolutely not.
No, you were there.
Wrong.
Nope.
False.
Nope.
Incorrect.
Nah. So how come you killed Nicola?
I didn't.
Were you jealous of their relationship as dancers?
No.
Do you happen to know Haley Greenwood?
No.
What about Maria Jansen?
No.
Do you know anything?
No.
Are you a moron?
No.
Are you sure you're a moron?
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes?
No.
Maybe?
Enough.
Enough of what?
Stop wasting my time.
What kind of tattoo do you have?
None of your business.
Why don't you want to tell me?
Because I don't want to.
Yeah, but why?
Mind your own business.
I'm pretty sure that guy's one of the killers, but the AI is just broken as fuck. Yeah. Diageo. Windows Country Club. Hello there, Michelle.
Oh, hi there. How can I help you today? Is there something specific you need assistance with?
I'm currently investigating the 3 murders of Nicola Grossman, Maria Jansen, and Haley Greenwood. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? That paused too long. I've broken her. Oi. How about you? Do you talk? Man, if you, like, have a running sentence, it just breaks them completely. Can't go there, can't go there. What the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah. My dear Detective Martini, you are looking at my humble abode, the magnificent Gravison Manor. Do you find it intriguing? Or perhaps there is something specific that has caught your eye?
Hello?
Greetings, weary traveler. What brings you to the heart of the Blackwoods Forest? Are you lost in the labyrinth of life, searching for answers amidst the shadows? Fear not, for I am here to offer guidance and solace in this realm of mysteries. So, dear one, what troubles your mind on this fine day?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about the 3 murders that just happened.
The tragedies that have befallen Vaudeville have indeed cast a dark shadow upon our land. Alas, my knowledge of such grim matters is limited, for my humble abode lies deep within the embrace of the forest, far from the bustling city. However, fear not, for even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of hope. Perhaps the creatures of the forest hold secrets untold, whispers carried by the wind. They may have... The whispers of the wind have carried news of these unfortunate events to my ears. 3 lives extinguished, leaving behind a trail of sorrow and unanswered questions. But alas, My knowledge is limited to the secrets of the forest and the wisdom it bestows upon me. The tales of these murders lie beyond the web of fate has woven a tangled thread indeed. 3 lives extinguished, their spirits now adrift in the ethereal realms.
This is
But
painful.
fear not, for the secrets of these tragic events lie beyond the grasp of my humble senses. I am but a humble guardian of the Blackwoods, attuned to the whispers of nature and the songs of the wind. The knowledge you seek eludes me, like a
Yeah. Can you even accuse people?
So, tell us, Detective Martini, who is the culprit?
So, I'm thinking Monsieur Saxabar.
Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why?
For jealousy? Rick Jansen. Alright, let's play fucking throwing darts at a board. Maria Jansen, Youngblood, a born outside the apartment, bitten to death. Hidden to death.
Are you sure, Detective Martini? And why?
As a ritual? To Nicola Grossman. You.
Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why? Detective Martini, this is complete nonsense.
I mean, did I at least get any of them right? I mean, couldn't you hypothetically just go through and accuse everyone, like, do a process of elimination? Man, this game is quite rough as it stands. Maybe I'll wait till it's fully finished, because the AI is kind of broken as fuck, and the actual VoIP server it uses is also kind of broken as fuck. I've been everywhere, and like going to Cabernet Violets, isn't it Cabernet? Cabaret? Isn't it Cabaret? Is that what the fuck it's called? Weird. Honestly, that is just talking to AI is just a weird process. I'll try it again when it's a little more polished, because this was painful.